Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers! Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is Tanya, and today we're talking about you lovely Pisces people. Thank you for joining us. In this video, we are talking about your month of July and also your next 6 months. So literally through 2020, what you as a Pisces can experience or expect to experience in your life, okay? So there's going to be 3 events that we're looking at, Pisces folk. Number 1, the eclipse that we just had on July 4th, which is a big freaking deal and has implications for 6 months after the event itself, right? Number 2, Mars is entering Aries, and it freshly entered there actually as I record this video, and that's going to be there for the rest of 2020, so it's significant. And last but not least, number 3, Mercury is still retrograde in Cancer and will be shortly exiting, but still worthy of discussion as it is, you know, flavoring that whole eclipse experience, and therefore it's imprinted on us for this next 6-month duration, because at the time of the eclipse, Mercury was retrograde in Cancer, okay? So the energy continues. Moving on, Pisces. Before I do move on, make sure that you are subscribing if you vibe, Pisces, because we're building tribe here on the WizdomDropz platform. This is, you know, a daily platform of inspiration, knowledge, etc., related to the stars and the heavens and, you know, healing and metaphysical aptitude or whatever you want to call it. So if you vibe, subscribe, we're building tribe, okay? I don't need to say anymore. You're a Pisces, you're already on it, okay? But moving forward, what can you expect? Well, Mars, first things first, I want to talk about Mars with you all. Mars has just entered Aries, and in relation to Pisces, you know, that's your second house, and Mars is in its own sign of Aries, and it was just in your sign, actually, Pisces, for a long time, but, well, you know, long is relative, but with that said, your finances are getting energized, Pisces, and it's in good dignity, so I'm kind of excited for you, because I think you're going to be building your money in the next 6 months. I think that you're going to be energized to just have more coming into your life, a little more motivated, and not only motivated, but just like the energy is in that second house. So really, when you look at that objectively and you take a step back, like, what does that mean? You know, it means that you could be spending more, yes, Pisces, which is, hey, if you got it, cool, good, have fun spending. But you could also just be energized to gain more there. So it could really go either way. It could go both ways. You could be gaining more over the next 6 months, Pisces, and just as much as you gain it, you're as quick to give it away. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. If you are a Pisces who's an entrepreneur, you could definitely be making some more moves on that front, because Aries is a very entrepreneurial sign. And to have Mars there, it's one of the engines of the zodiac, Mars and the Sun. So if it's in your second house, it's bringing you the vigor in that second house, Pisces. It's bringing you the energy to get it, you know what I'm saying, to get that coin, etc. So I don't want to belabor the point. I think you get what I'm saying. Moving forward, let's talk about Mercury. Mercury retrograde is in your 5th house, okay? And with that said, all of these houses that I'm talking about for you all that are being activated are in your succedent houses, okay? So everything that's happening for the next 6 months is very much so previews of coming attractions. So because it's succedent houses, right? It's what's about to be rising up into those major points in the chart. So with that said, you know, Mercury retrograde in the 5th house, if you have kids, Pisces, you've probably been really rethinking that relationship with your children, or how you yourself have been behaving towards them since you're the parent of those children. If it is that you're not a childbearing Pisces and that you're an entrepreneur and you do have businesses, that you are going to be rethinking and have been rethinking for like the last month, let's say, your businesses and how to like really rework them to where they feel more aligned. This Mercury retrograde is in Cancer, which is a very emotional, okay, sign. Now you as a Pisces get that. That's like your waters, literally, okay? But you're rethinking in terms of emotional compatibility in relevance or in reference to your businesses or your creations, because that's 5th house. It's what you create. It's a product house. It's a passion house. It's a love house. So if you are in romantic relationships that aren't too serious, but they are very flirtatious and very fun and lighthearted and just romantic and whimsical, but it's not like a hardcore like commitment, like 7th house stuff yet, then you could be rethinking that, Pisces, and your approach to those sorts of relationships or to those relationships in general. So interesting, okay? Previews of coming attractions, don't forget it. This is succedent house energy. So whatever's coming up for you now, Pisces, remember that, because in 2021, when the energy really starts to shift, and it's already starting to shift, but you know, over the next 6 months, you're going to see previews of things that actually start coming into like a more clear vision. So I'm just giving you some like prequels to look for, okay? Some clues, some breadcrumbs, if you will. Last but not least, you know, the eclipses have been happening for 2 freaking years in your 11th and 5th house axis. So what does that mean? It's a lot of that love and romance and business passion project type jazz, the 5th house, and also your network. So you've been shifting a lot of that lately in the last 2 years, and whatever is happening now through the end of 2020 is very much so like a crystallizing of whatever has been happening for the last couple of years. Like you're finally kind of like coming in to more of a solid you know, transformation around those themes. So how you're networking and your mastery over your networks, and also your emotional compatibility, your intuitive linkage or compatibility with those networks, because all of that is related to the 5th and the 11th house for you all, because your 5th house is Cancer, which is very feeling and emotive. So if you're not feeling those networks, Pisces, listen to that intuition and adjust accordingly, tweak accordingly. Capricorn, okay? That's what you're being asked to do. You're being asked to kind of manage those networks in reference to your intuition and emotional compatibility and what's coming up for you and your feelings in your gut. Cancer, Mercury retrograde in Cancer in your 5th house, around your passion projects, around your kids even, and who you're exposing your kids to. That could be something like that, because the 11th house and the 5th house cusp, those are opposite each other. And if the 5th house is symbolic of children for you, the 11th house is symbolic of the larger groups of people who you're exposing those kids to, like the larger networks, like schools or organizations. You might be rethinking having your kids homeschooled, for example, as a Pisces, you feel, because 11th house is larger groups, 5th house is children, Mercury is retrograde, aka rethinking in the sign of children for you all, and it has to do with your emotional feeling and your intuition. If you're a mom or a dad out there and you're like, I don't feel right about sending my kid to school right now, 11th house in this larger group of people, then maybe that's something you're rethinking. You see how it can go a variety of different ways. Astrology is so cool like that. But with that said, that's just a brief overview for y'all. If you want a reading from me, I am available for bookings, Pisces. I do love looking at people's unique charts and helping you answer the questions that you really need answered or that other astrologers haven't really been able to get at. That's like where I succeed, is that stuff. So you can reach out to me at WizdomDropz, allz's@gmail.com. Subscribe if you're not already, and all that jazz. And with that said, my friend, through next time, until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.